The market capitalization of the coin is used to summarize all that is taught in this video. I would also like to remind you to give my channel a like and subscribe to it so that you can stay up to date on future XRP news, as well as other cryptocurrency news in general. Take a look at this now, shall we? In its action against XRP, the SEC sees agency advantage. Before we go any further, there is a new cryptocurrency airdrop that is now taking place and is very close to being launched in the near future. In order to avoid missing out on this opportunity, please make sure that you take part in the airdrop and link that is provided in the description of the video. Alright, let's go with our video. There is a 60% chance, according to the estimation of an analyst, that the Securities and Exchange Commission will submit an appeal to the court. Despite this, he does not have the most remarkable track record when it comes to dealing with this particular set of circumstances. Does there appear to be an appeal on the horizon? Despite the most recent developments, the ongoing legal conflict between Ripple and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission has not been resolved. The status of the case has not also changed. Torres, a federal judge, made the most recent key ruling in August when he decided that the sales of XRP on secondary markets to individual investors did not constitute securities transactions. This decision was the most recent significant decision. This was the most recent court decision that was relevant. Ripple, on the other hand, was ordered to pay a fine of $125 million because it found itself in violation of various regulations governing the regulation of securities. The amount that is reflected by this number is only a small fraction of the $2 billion that the regulator had insisted on being paid. The fact that this took place gave rise to rumors that the organization would submit an appeal of the verdict prior to the deadline of October 7th. Eleanor Terrett, a journalist who works for Fox Business, reported the previous week that a former attorney for the Securities and Exchange Commission informed her that the watchdog will most likely contest the order that Judge Torres issued in July 2023 regarding the XRP programmatic sales in the Ripple case. This information was provided to Eleanor Terrett by the former attorney. It is reported that the attorney argued that everyone who is honestly of the opinion that the decision is incorrect, that it is not a good law, and that it ought to be challenged is in agreement with him. In a recent statement, an attorney from the United States named Fred Rispoli stated that the probability of such a scenario occurring had climbed to 60%. If there is no appeal, he believes that it would be deemed a one-time loss that only pertains to Ripple secondary sales and is a distinct loss. He believes this because he believes that there is no appeal. He went on to remark that appealing and getting Ripple approved is a big gift to all litigants in the second SIR fighting the Secutia of New York and the CZZ's favorite target, which is that all secondary sales are not investment contracts. He said this statement in continuation of his previous statement. According to the prior view of Risk Poly regarding the matter, the attorney felt that the litigation that Ripple was involved in with the SEC would be legally settled by the end of July following the issuance of a penalty of $25 million for the company. This belief was made at the beginning of this year. In contrast, the case is still ongoing, as was mentioned earlier in the sentence. In addition, a risky response was given to Ripple's application, which was filed in the middle of September and called for a stay on the court's judgment regarding the monetary aspect of the proceeding. It is my belief that the establishment of a trust for the monies, which requires all of this effort, will increase the likelihood of an appeal being considered. He stated, implying that the occurrence might be a precursor to an appeal that the Securities and Exchange Commission would file in the future. On the other hand, this is the most foreseeable action that the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) may take in order to buy time before the deadline to appeal, which is on October 7th. As the time for the potential appeal by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission grows near, the Ripple SEC case has recently gained a large amount of momentum, and anticipation is increasing as the deadline approaches. A last-minute appeal by the agency in the XRP litigation is something that the cryptocurrency world is looking forward to. This appeal has the ability to further lengthen the protracted legal conflict that is now taking place in the digital assets sector. There are a lot of people in the cryptocurrency sector that are anticipating this appeal. In the middle of this, former attorneys for the Securities and Exchange Commission have brought to light the potential advantages that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission might acquire in the event that it chooses to launch an appeal over the case. Within the context of the Ripple case, AXX emphasizes the advantages of the association. Eleanor Terrett, a journalist for Fox News, recently published an article in which she stated that insiders at the United States Securities and Exchange Commission believed that the ruling regarding XRP programmatic sales in the United States was incorrect. Mark Fagel, who had previously served as the Secretary of the Securities and Exchange Commission, commented to this by expressing his concerns regarding the ruling that Judge Torres will ultimately render in the Ripple SEC case in July of 2023. Torres made reference to the thoughts of those who are inside the CC, and he believes that even if the ruling might be incorrect, the agency has been unwilling to contest it because of the uncertainty of whether or not an appeal will be successful. The fact that the Securities and Exchange Commission, also known as the SEC, has not presented any evidence to establish that Ripple's promotional materials were circulated is one of the most important difficulties. When it comes to the argument that the organization is putting forward, he believes that it is a crucial component. In the meanwhile, the judge is of the opinion that the absence of this relationship weakens the position taken by the SEC, which is that purchasers had a reasonable expectation of profit as a result of Ripple's efforts. There have been a number of doubts and speculations raised as a consequence of this ruling regarding the probability that the agency's case may not be successful in an appeal. James Farrell, a former attorney for the Securities and Exchange Commission, on the other hand, highlights the most significant advantage that the agency enjoys in the XRP dispute. He says that this advantage is the ability to protect investors. He noted that the appellate court operates in accordance with a de novo review standard, which indicates that it has the ability to re-examine the evidence without taking into consideration the findings of the Judge Torres. In the event that this new evaluation is brought to the attention of the agency, it is possible that the agency will have the opportunity to reinstate its testimony that was previously excluded. In other words, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) might be able to uncover a strategy to obtain an advantage in the appellate court, which might present the agency with a considerable advantage in the case. Investors who are keeping a close eye on the price of XRP appear to have a variety of viewpoints within the cryptocurrency business regarding the potential of an appeal in the RippleSet case. This seems to be the case with the possibility of an appeal. For the purpose of providing a point of reference, the Chief Executive Officer of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and the Chief Legal Officer, Stuart Alderati, are of the opinion that the XRP case has been resolved and that the agency may not proceed with any appeals of judgment. In contrast, a significant number of individuals within the community are looking forward to a last-minute appeal from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, which has the potential to significantly extend the duration of the case. Investors are keeping a close check on the price of XRP in order to have a better grasp of the sentiment of the market as the deadline of October 7th draws closer. This is because investors are taking into account all of these aspects. At the time that this article was written, the price of XRP had dropped by $2.40 to $62, while the volume of its trading had climbed by $58 to $2 billion. Particularly noteworthy is the fact that the cryptocurrency has had increases of more than 10% over the course of the last 30 days, and it has hit a high of $0.06. In the meanwhile, there is a multitude of reasons that could have enabled XRP to surpass key levels in recent times, and bullish statements made by Ripple officials have further fueled the fires of confidence. Just recently, XRP has broken through the critical thresholds. Ripple President Monica Long recently shared some insights regarding the Ripple stablecoin, Reluaze, the XRP ledger, and other significant aspects of the company. This was done in the goal of providing some background information. To summarize, the lawsuit that Ripple filed against the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) continues to have a significant influence on the markets for cryptocurrencies. A change in the manner in which the matter is decided and an effect on the price of XRP could be brought about by the potential of an appeal being filed by the SEC. For the purpose of maintaining a state of vigilance, traders keep a close eye on events that are about to take place. It should be noted that the material that has been supplied is not intended to serve as business advice. In the event that any investments are made on the basis of the information that is provided on this page, there is no responsibility for those investments. Prior to making any choice on investments, we strongly recommend performing independent research and talking with a professional who is educated in the field.